America declared war when Pearl Harbor was bombed, but the war really began 3 years earlier when Japan invaded China. The war further escalated.
Friday, September the 1st, 1939, German forces crossed the border into Poland after a huge aerial and land bombardment. The force and speed of the invasion shook the world and gave the dictionaries a new and terrifying word: blitzkrieg.
On this day, the United Kingdom and France declared war on Germany. This series of events led to the largest world conflict in history and caused millions of men to leave their homes and fight for their country. We present the story of one of these men. Harold Nannis, a local veteran, saw both fronts of the war. He risked his life for this country and, in doing so, witnessed the destruction of war firsthand. This is his story.
I was a young fellow, 21 I believe it was. The draft act had been passed, and we all knew that eventually we would be drafted, and we were supposed to serve 1 year. When I joined on January 16th, 1941. That was Pearl Harbor Day, and my time would have been up on January 16th of 42. I was with the Yankee Division, the 26th Division, a Massachusetts National Guard unit. We were horribly unequipped. We were using World War I guns, rifles. We were using the old wrap-around leggings, like an ace bandage that you wrap around your legs. We didn't get the other more usable equipment until we were in the Pacific. However, we were on maneuvers in around November or December. We were down south. We had just come back, and on December 7th, Pearl Harbor came, and of course that was the end of our thought of ever getting out if we had those ideas. We were sent to Camp Edwards on the Cape. Within a month and a half, some of the Yankee Division was broken off. One infantry division and went out with a band, and I forgot what else, but we were sent to, it turned out we were sent to the Pacific, and other units from around the country were combined with us, and we were called the Americal Division. And in that we went, after 38 days, I believe it was, we landed in Australia, and we were billeted in private homes. None of the countries were ready for this war, really. And we were billeted, put up in private homes, and was there for a short time, I don't remember exactly. And then we were sent, we were shipped to New Caledonia, which is not too far distance from Australia. And we were there for about a year, just getting ready, getting prepared to get the war going, or to protect the area. However, eventually we were put on a ship and we were going into action. The Marines had already been on Guadalcanal, and they did a tremendous job, a heroic job, and we were sent in to reinforce them and to eventually replace them. And that's the way it was. We were in tough position for a long time. In fact, well, before we got there, the Navy Command, and it was under the Navy Command, had given up hope and cut off any reinforced supplies. And the Marines continued to fight, and they were living for a long time on captured Japanese supplies. We went into action. We took over from the Marines eventually. The Japanese were forced to withdraw whatever was left of them. There wasn't too much left either, because we weren't exactly gentle in our handling of it, because we had seen so much of what our boys went through.
Yeah.
And I actually was, after the canal was over with and secured, we were sent to another island nearby, I forgot the name of it, for rehab, the rest of the rehabilitation. I was fortunate enough to have been selected to go to officer training school, OCS, in the United States. So I was pulled out of the ocean outfit and sent back to the United States, and was sent to Camp Barkley, Texas, for officers training school. And we ended up in England, and then we were sent over to the continent. And as far as how we were concerned, we really saw very little action. We were in reserve and did whatever preparation to keep in combat condition. Then the war in Europe ended. We saw, as I said, we didn't see much action, but we saw a lot of the destruction of what our Air Force and combat troops had done in Germany. And I remember the first town we came to in Germany was Aachen, Germany, and it was leveled. There was nothing but rubble, stone. And then they started a new system. This has already taken us back up to, I think, 1945, where Germany surrendered, but Japan had not. And so we were assigned to a unit that was going to be shipped back. We knew that it was going to be shipped back to the Pacific. Fortunately, they had a system at that point where you got credit for your time in service and your combat experience. I ended up with more than enough points so that I was going to be shipped back to the United States. And unfortunately, the outfit I was on was going to go on to the Pacific. And I was shipped back to the United States and eventually was discharged. I was fortunate enough, I was never a combat injury. I never suffered a combat injury. All I got out of it, but I ended up with malaria and jaundice. But other than that, I was fortunate enough to come back with more or less intact.
Yeah.
Just remember that this was the good war. There were no protests. There was no reaction, no negative reaction. We knew what we were doing. We felt very comfortable about the justice of what we were doing. And we weren't a bunch of heroes. We had a job to do, and we felt that we were on the right side. And we were fortunate enough that we succeeded.